Hello, all viewers. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are watching the game between GM Kobalia Mikhail 2578 rated from Russia versus GM Gukesh D rated 2699 with black pieces. And so far, the moves played are it looks like a stable opening for white. Black has a double pawn on c6 and c5. We'll do the game analysis. I'm waiting for Gukesh's next move as the game progresses. We'll try to do the more commentary, so stay on the stream, guys. On the right hand side, you can also see the ranking of the current stage. Gukesh is on 3 points, 3 out of 3. So we'll wait for the next move, guys, and then we'll try to comment on the next move. Welcome all viewers. I'm waiting for the next move. We have done the analysis so far. So do wait on the stream, guys, and I'll be back for the commentary. Hello all viewers, welcome to the live stream. So today we have round 4 of Turkish Super League, and this round 4 is being played between Gukesh and Grandmaster KOBALI from Russia. So Kobalia Mikhail is a Russian Grandmaster. He's currently rated 2578. Grandmaster Gukesh is the Indian, you can say the superstar right now from his great experience and a great performance in Chess Olympiad. He's playing with black pieces. This is a Sicilian defense game. We'll quickly run through the games, to the moves, what happened so far. So, welcome to the live stream, everyone. We are going through the game, so stay tuned. So, game started with e4. Kobalia Mikhail played e4 in the game. c5, knight f3, knight c6. Remember, guys, black is Gukesh over here. Bishop b5, Rasolimo attack. g6. With g6, black tries to go for the fianchetto variation. He tries to put the bishop on g7 and then plays the game. So now bishop takes on c6, d takes on c6, and pawn to d3. So here, by giving away the light squared bishop, white tries to create the pawn chain of c2, d3, and e4. Later on, white will try to block black's queen side and will try to attack on the king side. So here, Gukesh played bishop g7, pawn to a4, stopping black's b5. This is a prophylactic move. When you stop your opponent's idea, it is called as prophylaxis, prophylactic move to stop opponent's b5. So Kobalia Mikhail played a4 here to stop Gukesh's b5. Knight to f6 was played by Gukesh here, continuing with the attack. Castles by white and black played pawn to a5. White played pawn to h3. Gukesh played knight to d7 now. Knight to a3. Castles. Queen e1. After queen e1, black played e5. Now with pawn on c5 and e5, black is making sure he has got a very good position there and he is controlling all the dark squares. White has a dark squared bishop, and if black has control over all the dark squares, it is going to help Gukesh. So Gukesh has put his pawn on a5, c5, e5, controlling all the squares there so that white cannot put their bishop on any good square. White's dark squared bishop will struggle for some time because there is no good square for that bishop right now. So here, white continued with knight c4, trying to put pressure there on e5 pawn and the a5 pawn as well. And c4 is a very good square for the knight. Later on in the game, black might try to go b5 to attack the knight on c4. And if white captures with the a pawn, black can try to capture back with the c6 pawn, getting rid of their double pawns. So after knight to c4, Gukesh played here b6. b6 allows the light squared bishop on c8, black's light squared bishop on c8, to go on a6 and try to capture the knight on c4. So b6 was played by Gukesh, and after b6, we see b3 by Kobalia Mikhail. Kobalia Mikhail is a Russian grandmaster, guys. He's currently rated 2578. So after pawn to b3, there is queen c7 by black. And then this is the current position, guys. We will commentate more on this moves. We will wait for the next few moves as we see as the game progresses. We'll try to analyze the game, analyze the position, and bring more commentary to you. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be back very soon as the next move happens. Thanks for being there on the stream, guys. Stay tuned for next commentary till the next move. Hello, Pulkit Saxena. Pulkit Saxena is here. He says, I'm everywhere. Hello, Pulkit Saxena. Good to have you on the stream. Sumit has also commented that knock knock anyone. Yes, Sumit, there are many people right now. So feel free, guys, to ask your questions, comments in the comment section, or ask your questions in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Today, this is round 4 of Turkish Super League. Gukesh is playing with black pieces, and Grandmaster Kobalia Mikhail is playing with white pieces. This is the position so far. Gukesh is having a very nice position. The queen is nicely placed on c7. King is very well castled. Bishop is on g7. The knight on d7 should aim to go on d4 somewhere. If the knight which is on d7, Gukesh knight which is on d7, if they land on d4, definitely black will get a very good position. Game रुक गया क्या is the question. नहीं game नहीं रुका है. Where अब Gukesh is thinking now for the next move. Gukesh has played his move queen c7. Kobalia Mikhail is now thinking, guys, and although the timer will look paused, but actual game is in progress, guys. As soon as the next move happens, I'll do the next further analysis on the position, and I will do the next commentary on the next position. Yes. So Sambian Krishnamurthy is asking who is having the advantage. So on the screen right hand side top, you can see the analysis evaluation line given there. Currently, the evaluation line says it is 0.06. It means that this is equal position. This is not better for white, not better for black, but it's an equal position. Once the evaluation tends to change to plus 1.0 or minus 1.0, then we can start saying yes, the position is favoring white or black. If there is a negative sign on the evaluation, it is better for black. If there is a positive sign on the evaluation, it's better for white. Stay tuned for the more commentary, guys. We are waiting for the next move by Mikhail Kobalia, Russian Grandmaster. As soon as the move happens, we'll discuss the further position and the analysis on the same. If you have any questions, queries, please feel free to ask in the comment section. This is Amir Saman, FIDE instructor. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much, Sambian. Thank you very much for the subscription. We're happy to have you here. All the viewers, welcome to the live stream. Today we are witnessing round 4 of Turkish Super League. Gukesh is has won all the 3 rounds before this. And today is the fourth round. He is playing against Russian Grandmaster Kobalia Mikhail. Rishabh says Mikhail is thinking for 1 hour almost. Yeah, the time will get updated. It must not exactly be 1 hour. Rishabh will get this update soon. Those who have just joined the live stream, guys, welcome to the live stream. We are witnessing the fourth round between Gukesh and Kobalia Mikhail. And if you have any questions, queries, please let me know in the comment section. Gangambika says valuation bar put. Gangambika valuation bar is not available right now. What we have is we have the evaluation line on the right hand side. We can see the evaluation line. I'll try to update the page, guys. Please hold on. Okay, guys, so this has a time updated, and we also have the evaluation bar here. We will run through the moves, what happened here. So let's quickly go back and check what's happened here. E4 was played in the game. We started with E4, and after E4, yeah. So Kobalia, Mikhail is from Russia, guys. He has played his pawn to E4. After E4, Gukesh replied with his move C5. Okay, and after C5, knight F3 was played. Knight C6, bishop to B5 was played. After bishop B5, pawn G6. Bishop takes the knight. Pawn takes the knight. Pawn to D3. Bishop G7. Now pawn A4 stopping black's pawn to B5. Knight to F6. Castles. Pawn to A5. Also trying to gain some space on the queen side by black. H3 was played here. Knight to D7. Knight to A3. Castles. Queen to E1. And after queen E1, we have pawn to E5 played by Gukesh. So with pawn to E5, Gukesh has made sure that he has got a very good control over the center and over the dark squares. Look at the pawns. Look at the black's pawns on A5, C5 and E5. They are just controlling all of these squares. And look at the white's dark squared bishop. It has only one square now, right now, which is a good square to develop, but definitely, I mean, there is some f6, h6 ideas, so black putting the bishop there is not a great idea. You can go on e3 as well, or on d2, but again, right, these are all the pawns, black pawns, which are controlling the dark square. So the light square bishop is not going to get any good scope in the future. So Gukesh has made sure that he has got all of his pawns on the dark squares there. So if we move on, after e5, knight c4 was played, pawn to b6, pawn to b3, queen to c7, supporting the pawn on e5 and also supporting b6. Knight h2 was played in the game by Mikhail, and now Gukesh played bishop to a6, trying to attack the knight on c4. Pawn f4, knight h2. The idea was to play pawn f4 so that white can create some play on the king side. Now let's see how Gukesh responds to this kind of attack. Gukesh is not a player who will just give up his position. He will fight back. He is an aggressive player. So in the game, he played f5 right away, trying to counter-attack White's ideas there. White played e takes on f5, and Gukesh captured back with the rook. Now, if you see that Black's rooks are really active. The rook on f5, the a8 rook can come on f8 square and try to help the f5 rook to attack more in the f5. So this is the move I'm recommending. Next. So here, bishop was played to b2 by Mikhail, and now bishop takes c4 was captured by Gukesh. See, the bishop on a6 is not a happy bishop there. The point was white should not have a very good knight on c4 there. So it was captured immediately, and after you capture back, Gukesh captured on f4 now. After this, queen e6 check was delivered by Mikhail, rook f7, and now bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and now rook to d1 was played by Mikhail, knight f6. This is the latest position. Right now, the position stands equal. I'll come back to the questions and queries in the comment section now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Those who have joined the commentary and the live stream. Okay. So Karthik says, did he resign already? No, the game is still on, Karthik. Chess 24, copy and put here. Okay, we have got the chess base game, which is having the chess bar. This is having the analysis bar, Gangambika, but thank you for your recommendation. Evaluation is point 6, top best move. Yes. So right now, I will also put the evaluation or the best move for any side to continue. Gukesh would play h4 here as white. Yes, he would play h4 and Gukesh is winning. No, Gambambika, right now the position is equal and slightly better for, you can say slightly better for black, but definitely black is not winning here. Black has still a lot of work to do here. And as the pieces have been exchanged, it becomes easy for a grandmaster, especially 2600 grandmaster, to draw the game. So we win. We wish that this game will not get drawn and Gukesh will win this game. We hope for the best. Let's see how it works out. I try to figure out if we have a better display on the chess 24 as well. Thank you, Ganganbika, for the suggestion. Hello, other viewers who have just joined the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are covering the fourth game between Gukesh, who is playing with black pieces, the Indian star, and from white pieces we have GM Kobalia from Russia. He is currently rated 2578. This game has started in Sicilian defense, Rasolimo attack. So far the position is equal and the evaluation also stands equal. To continue, here the engine recommends knight h5 move for Gukesh. Gukesh is thinking here. Let's hope he gets the best out of this position and he wins the game. Meanwhile, guys, those who have joined the live stream, welcome to the live stream once again. And if you have any questions, queries, please feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Sorry guys, just trying to rearrange the match there. All the viewers out there, welcome to the live stream. We are just rearranging the screen there to fit it better. Give me some time, guys. I'm just trying to get a few things working for you. All the new viewers who have just joined the live stream, guys, I request you to subscribe to the channel before you go away and also hit that like button so that we can bring many more live games to you with the commentary. Also to answer your questions, queries if you have any, guys. So Gukesh has found a knight h5 move. This was suggested by the engines to progress to maintain some advantage, some dynamic position. Black had to play knight h5 here, and Gukesh has found that move, guys, knight h5. So we hope that he makes the most out of this position and gets a good position after this. Hello Chitransh, I can see that Kobalia name wrong in the title. Yes, that is the name which is on the which is in the FIDE list. We have copied from there, Kobalia. Let me just check, guys, what happened with the game there. Stay tuned, guys, for the commentary. I'm just fixing the screen with the evaluation bar here. So many websites they are not giving us the evaluation bar right now. On ChessBase, we have got the evaluation bar. And this actually gives us a very good idea who is doing better here. And this is also easy to understand, guys. Okay, so Magatsu's game is over. Okay, we have Gukesh game here, still on with knight h5. So the game is still on, guys. On the website, it shows 1-0, but this position is still equal, and the game is still on. The result is not yet out. So they will update on the screen. You might say 1-0. It means that white wins, but the game is not yet over, guys. Game is still on. We also have the Abu Dhabi Open. Abu Dhabi Chess Festival is going on. Couple of games we'll try to cover from there as well between Arjun Erigaisi and Evgeny is playing there. Arjun and Evgeny and Ronak Sadhwani is also playing. So we'll try to cover those two games. Abu Dhabi Chess Festival is also in progress, guys. I'll try to add the first game, which is going on between Arjun Erigaisi and Evgeny. This is the Arjun's game, which is going on. Arjun is playing with black pieces here. And we'll try to get the Ronik Sadhwani's game as well. So right now, guys, two competitions are going on. Two competitions are going. One is the Turkish Super League where Gukesh is playing. We'll be covering Gukesh's game also, and we'll be covering two more games that are going on right now in Abu Dhabi International Chess Festival between they have two great players from India now, Arjun Erigasi and Ronak Sadhwani. We'll try to cover those games also. Adiban is also playing, Nihal Sarin is also playing there. I have to check with the Ronak Sadhwani's game. I'm adding Ronak's game, guys. Meanwhile, we'll also switch to the Gukesh game to check what's happening over there in the Gukesh game. Let me fix this, please. Okay, guys, so this is the game which is going on in Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Two games, important games right now. Arjun Erigasi is playing with Grandmaster Evgeny from again Russian Chess Federation, and Ronak Sadhwani, rating 2622, is playing with International Master Sukandar Irene Charisma from Indonesia. And recently she was beaten very well in a very nice game by Vantika Agarwal. If you haven't seen her interview, we have published on our channel. Vantika Agarwal, WGM from India. She played for India two in the Olympiads and she was able to beat Sukandar Irene from Indonesia. A very nice Sicilian Najdorf game. If you are a Sicilian Najdorf player, you should definitely check it out. Right now, the position on the board will try to quickly assess. In Irene's game, in Ronak's game, Ronak has a better advantage. And if you look at Arjun's game, the game is fairly equal right now. We are still in the opening, while in Ronak's game, the game has progressed right now to fairly a late middle game. Now let's switch back to Gukesh's game and check what's happening there. So Gukesh has played knight h5, and yes, we are waiting for now Kobalia's move, next move. I'll come back to the questions now, if any. Yes. Gandhar is here. Hello Gandhar, good to see you. Okay. Ojas CK is here. Oh, hello Ojas, good to see you. Gukesh game, please. Yes, we have switched back to Gukesh game. And meanwhile, when Gukesh and his opponent is thinking, we can switch back to the game from the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Okay, so Gukesh's opponent has played his queen back to d2 now, and just let me just check if the moves are getting updated there. Okay, so Gukesh's game is not getting updated, guys. Let me just quickly check. His opponent has moved his queen to d2. I'll confirm why the updates are not happening. Yes. Now we are back to the Gukesh game with the latest position, queen d2. Let me just check what is the suggested line over here for white to continue. So rook d7 was okay. Queen d2 was played by Gukesh opponent Kobalia Mikhail Kobalia from Russia, and now it's recommended that Gukesh plays his rook to d7 to continue. So if the rook goes to d7, it means that it's going to be an exchange. So rook d7 will equalize the position, and definitely Gukesh will not look for an equal position. He will try to create some kind of play for himself. So definitely Gukesh is not going to play rook d7, and he plays knight f6, guys. He plays knight f6. I know Gukesh is not going to go for a draw here. He is going to he'll try and create some kind of activity for his pieces. So he took his knight back to f6. We'll have to check what is the idea behind his knight. Because black's rooks, they look slightly discoordinated because the rook on a7 is not active rook. It will take some efforts from black side to get his rook in the game, which is on a7. Hence, the computer was recommending that black goes for an equal exchange and get his rook out, which is on a7, going to an equal endgame. So we have to wait for Mikhail's move now. Mikhail is having 30 minutes on the clock. Even Gukesh has the same time, 30 minutes on the clock. We'll quickly check what's happening in the Arjun Erigaisi's game. Yes, Arjun Erigasi and his opponent Evgeny are playing here, and Evgeny has made his move bishop to c3. Evaluation is still equal, while in Ronak Sadhwani's game, Ronak is playing with white pieces, and Irene is from Indonesia. She's playing with black pieces. She's an international master. The position shows that it's better for white right now. You can see the evaluation bar. Ronak is really doing better in the game right now, and he should win the game now. Ronak is currently standing on 2.5 points out of 3. Irene is also standing on 2.5 points out of 3. Arjun's opponent, Yevgeny, he's also standing on 2.5 out of 3. And Arjun, he is standing on 3 out of 3. So right now Arjun is on top. You can see Arjun is having the best score right now. He's at the top, and at the bottom you can see the standings. All four Indian grandmasters, they are at the top right now. Murli Karthikeyan, Sethu Raman, Ronak Sadhwani, they are in top 4 right now, leading the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. We hope top 5 are all from India and they get all the top 5 prizes for India. Now let's switch back to Gukesh game. Gukesh is playing with black pieces here, those who have just joined. Ignatius is here. Hello, Ignatius. Ignatius is saying Gukesh is pawn up. Yes, Ignatius, Gukesh is pawn up. He has a pawn majority on the king side, but it is not going to be easy for him to convert that majority into a win. So we wish Gukesh wins today, but it will be interesting to watch how Gukesh converts that extra pawn into win here. It is not going to be an easy task to convert that f4 pawn, extra f4 pawn into win. This is going to be an interesting battle. Gukesh is not going to give up. He is going to fight here to get a win. So far, he has done phenomenal. He has scored 3 out of 3. This is fourth round for him. He's leading the tournament. The only problem is for Black, how is he going to get his rook in the game? The rook which is on a7. That rook seems to be really not doing anything right now. We'll check back on this game. We'll quickly switch back to the Arjun's game now, which is from the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Arjun's game seems to be equal, no moves made yet on Arjun's game. Ronak Sadhwani is playing with Irene, and the position is in favor of Ronak. He's playing with white pieces here. Irene is playing with black pieces. Let's go back to the Gukesh game now. So we are covering three games and two tournaments right now, guys. We want to make sure you get the maximum out of this live stream. So those who have just joined the stream, guys, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, guys, so that we bring a lot of new videos, live streams for you. Manoj Mittal is here. Hello, Manoj Mittal. Good to see you on the live stream in the chat. We will be switching back between Abu Dhabi Chess Festival and Turkish Super League. Right now, we are focusing more on Turkish Super League because Gukesh is doing amazing. We wish he wins in this tournament and this game as well. We'll check the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival now, what's happening there. So some moves played on Arjun's game now. Let's check what was played there. Arjun is playing with black pieces here. And if we go a couple of moves back, this is the position where we were. Yeah, so bishop c3 is what we saw here. After bishop c3, black played e6 here. Arjun played e6, just strengthening his d5 pawn because d5 pawn was weak there. And now rook to c1, trying to get the open file for the rook. Knight takes e5, d takes e5, creating double pawns for white there on e5. And e5 is going to be a long-term weakness, a static weakness that black can try to take advantage of. Bishop d7 now, pawn to e4, trying to get rid of those double pawns and trying to create weakness for black on d5 there. e4, a very nice move by Arjun's opponent there. Bishop c6, making sure that there is no weakness on d5. But now there will be a isolated pawn. For example, if white captures on d5, black captures back with the pawn, it leaves a IQP on d5 there. If white captures with the pawn, if black captures with the bishop, white can capture back with the bishop, and if black captures with the queen, white will capture back with the queen, and then the pawn captures, and then leaving a weak pawn on d5 there. So slightly, you can see the evaluation bar has tilted towards the white side, which is Arjun's opponent, Grandmaster Evgeny. He's from Russia, and he has taken the pawn, guys. As I just predicted, he has taken the pawn on d5, trying to create the weak pawn there. Manoj Mittal says, Gukesh, what a gem for India. Chess future is in safe hands. Yes, Manoj Mittal, definitely Gukesh is a great player. Gukesh, Nihal Sarin, all these are great players, guys, and they have been doing exceptional for India. They are a great find for India, and we are very happy and lucky to have them. It all started with the great Vishy Anand, and right now, all the new kids, they are great, doing great there. Also, thanks to the coach, Grandmaster RB Ramesh, he has created many grandmasters for India, especially the child prodigies. So let's switch back, guys, to the next game. We are on the latest move on in the Arjun's game. Let's go back and let's check what is happening in the Ronak's game. The Ronak Sadhwani is playing with Irene. Ronak is playing with the white pieces. Let's go back few moves. So this is what we saw. And the knight here, amazingly, it is able to go on g6 and trying to fork there, guys. Look at this move. Knight h4. Irene has opted to go for a kingside attack with a pawn storm there. So Ronak has to play either in the center or on the queen side. So what happens here? Knight h4 was played here by Ronak. Pawn takes pawn. Knight g6. So Ronak didn't even care to take it back. He just went for g6. He went for the rook there with the fork. So after the fork was delivered, Irene played queen to f7, and now knight takes the rook on h8. Bishop takes on h8, and now pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, pawn f3. Now strengthening this king side a bit. Instead of pawn f3, here engine recommends rook a d1, which is better for Ronak Sadhwani, just trying to get the rooks out of the board and continuing with the remaining pieces there. Ronak in the game he played pawn to f3, which was not recommended by the engines, but it's a human move, making sure his king side still remains strong there. Queen to g4, queen to g6 now. So Irene is trying to checkmate the white king there on g2, but the queen is defending the square on the g2 there. Yes. So there's no use of putting the queen there on g6. King to h2 is played by Ronak Sadhwani. So we'll come back to these games. Right now, let's go back to check the Gukesh game, guys. Those who are with us, guys, thank you for staying us on the live stream. Now we are switching back to the Gukesh game. And what happened in the Gukesh game here? Okay, let's check what happened here in the Gukesh game. Okay, so here, okay, Gukesh game. What happened over here? Okay, I just try to get the Gukesh game. I'm struggling here with the ChessBase website because the orientation it gets changed when anyone wins the game. The orientation change, guys. So I have to make sure I'm getting the right screen for you. I don't want to mess up. I'm just fixing the screen for you guys. Hold on, please. This is the Gukesh game which is going on, and the position still holds equal, guys. Let's see what happens later on. How does Gukesh continue? Gukesh does has an extra pawn here, and we expect Gukesh to win here, but we'll wait for the evaluation and we'll also wait for the final result. Okay, so h6 has been played by Gukesh opponent. Gukesh has played h6 here. Maybe he wants to strengthen his pawn on f4 here by creating this pawn chain. So this is going to be a nice game now, and we have to also Gukesh has played his rook back to a8. His rook was there on a7 before. Now rook goes to 8, and maybe rook can join this rook on the f file, or it can try to come on the d8 to get exchange with this active rook on d1. So nice idea by Gukesh there, going the rook to a8, putting the rook on a8, trying to activate that piece. We'll just go a couple of moves back where we had seen the position. This move we had seen knight f6. After knight f6, Gukesh has played his queen to c3. After queen c3, rook a8 was played, again trying to get that bad rook in the game. So knight f3 was played there by Mikhail, and then Gukesh played pawn to h6. Now this is the latest position. Let me come back to the questions, if any, in the comment section, guys. If you have any questions, queries, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Yes, Manoj Mittal, thanks for the comment. Gukesh is a gem for India. And Ignatius has said that Gukesh is pawn up. Yes, Gukesh is pawn up here. He has a pawn majority on the king side, and he intends to make this a pawn chain on h6, g5, and f4. So we'll wait for his next move now. It is white to play, guys. This is white to play. I'll remove the arrows for you so that you're not getting confused with the arrows. And Gukesh opponent is from Russia, guys. Grandmaster Kobalia Mikhail. He is rated 2578. Currently, he is only on 1.5 out of 3 points in his tournament, while Gukesh is on 3 points. I have to check the pairing procedure for this, how they are trying to pair here. And evaluation, we'll just check. Evaluation now has switched in the favor of white, guys. Look at the position, guys. It's showing that white is having a better position after rook made moved to a8 and black played pawn to h6. Rook e6 is recommended for white over here to put more pressure on the f6. Right now, evaluation has changed in favor of white. Kobalia is right now dominating the position, guys. You can check this move, which is being recommended by the engines, that rook should go on e6 next. And it is showing 1.42, guys. Evaluation is being shown 1.42. I try to bring the evaluation on the screen as well so that you can check what is the next evaluation and what are the next recommended moves. I'm trying to get the evaluation for you guys. Hold on, please. Evaluation and the recommended moves. The best continuation for white here. This is the current evaluation, guys. It's plus 1.28 in favor of white. I'll come back to comments again. If you have any questions, queries, I'll be checking in the comment section. Rook e6 is the next move recommended for Kobalia, that is Gukesh opponent, and it slightly shows better for white here. Although black has an extra pawn, it's not going to be easy to convert that extra pawn into a win. Also, black's rook on a8, Gukesh's rook on a8 is slightly misplaced. So if that rook is able to come in the game, and if white misses something in the game, definitely Gukesh will get some advantage here. So let's hope Gukesh gets out of this trouble and he gets a good position. Let's quickly check back the positions in the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival, the games between Arjun Agassi and Ronak Sadhwani's game. So Arjun right now is playing against Grandmaster Evgeny, and this is a live game which is going on. Right now, Arjun has just got a isolated pawn there, guys. Arjun has got an isolated pawn there on d5, which is slight weakness there for Arjun now. I hope Arjun does not uh, get lost here. And okay, just try to, yeah, rearrange the screen there. Hold on, please. Okay, this is the game going on. And last move was played, that is e takes d5 here to create a weak pawn on d5. Now what has happened over here is now Arjun has got a weak pawn over here on d5, this pawn d5. This is called an isolated queen pawn, and it is isolated because there are no pawns here which will support this pawn. So now the problem is that how long will Arjun keep defending this pawn? If there is a way to sacrifice this pawn and get this pawn, Arjun will definitely do that. The game on the right hand side is for Arjun, guys. The game on left hand side is between Ronak Sadhwani and Irene. Irene is from Indonesia. Her game is also going on right now. So in the Arjun's game, we wish that Arjun comes around this problem of d5 pawn. If we just go back few moves, White had a beautiful move here. So this was the position, guys. And here you can see Black is having a very nice pawn chain. Black is having a very nice pawn chain and White is having a double pawns. So to get rid of this problem, what Evgeny did was he played pawn to e4. Once he played pawn to e4, now Black has very less options. Black can take on e4 or he can play bishop c6. According to me, if I was playing with black pieces, I would have captured on e4 because I don't want an IQP there. Yeah. So here what happened was instead of capturing on e4, Arjun played here the move bishop to c6. After bishop c6, it was easy for white to capture around d5, and then once the black captures, black has a IQP on d5 there. So black played bishop to c6, pawn takes, bishop takes, white captured on d5, and now black captured back, and this is the current position. This is 0.93, guys. Evaluation is 0.93, which is slightly in favor of white. But still, it's a long way to go, and we hope that Arjun comes around this problem and wins the game. Now let's go back to Ronak's game, Ronak Sadhwani's game. Yeah. So Ronak Sadhwani's game, he was having a very good position before few moves. We checked till he played f3 move here, and f3 after f3, this queen to g6 was played, trying to attack on the g2 pawn. King moves to h2, pawn to h4, queen to f2 was played here, and now h takes on g2. Now only thing that black needs to be worried about is king safety. If for any reason this knight is able to join the attack anyway, if the knight is able to join the attack on the king side, it would be interesting to see what happens then. But Ronak should be able to win this game easily. Ronak can put his rook on d1 next, try to go for the exchange on d8, and he has a lot of time left in his hands, so it should be an easy win for Ronak here. Now let's switch back to the Turkish Super League. This is Abu Dhabi Chess Festival, which we were just taking a look at. We'll go to the Turkish Super League to check Gukesh's game now. And Gukesh's game is still the same. He has not yet made the move. Let me quickly check the latest. Yes, this is still okay. So Rook E6 was played in the game there by Gukesh's opponent, Kobalia. Rook E6, we saw in the evaluation that it was showing Rook E6. Now, to continue, it is recommended for Gukesh to play Rook to D8 now. Go rook d8 and continue from here. That is the recommendation there. So let's see if Gukesh is able to find this move, rook to d8, and continues the game to win the game from here. Slightly, the position is in the favor of white now. You can look at the evaluation bar. White is doing really better there, Kobalia Mikhail, because of his perfectly placed rooks in the open file and black's misplaced rook on e8. Best move for black is now rook to d8, and the evaluation is 1.51 in favor of white. So we have to wait for at least some inaccuracy from Grandmaster Kobalia so that Gukesh can come back in the game and try to win from here. So this reminds me of Gukesh's blunder there in the round number 9, if I am not wrong, where he gave away the free knight against the Uzbekistan team, if I'm not wrong. So I hope that never repeats again in Gukesh's future. today as well. We want Gukesh to be strong enough and have to win this round so that Gukesh stays on top in this tournament. And he plays Rook D8, guys. Rook D8 was suggested by the engine and he plays Rook D8. So that is great. We are on the right track now. Yeah. Okay, Deep Malu is here. Okay, Deep Malu says Rook to E6. Soham is here. Soham says Abu Satarov. Yes, that's correct, Soham. Thank you for correction there. He lost his knight against Abu Satarov and he lost the game. Okay, so Deep, Rook E6 now. Yes, Rook E6 was suggested now by the engine, and that is what his opponent has played Rook E6 in the game. And thank you for the appreciation, Deep Madhu, for the nice stream. Thank you very much for that. Okay, Soham is saying cover Nihal's game, bro. Okay, I'll try to bring Nihal's game also on the screen. That will be the fourth game we'll be covering. Let me try to get Nihal's game also. Rahul Pandey is here. Rahul is asking, is Gukesh winning? No, Rahul. Unfortunately, Gukesh is not having a good position. Kobalia, he's a grandmaster from Russia. He is having a better position against Gukesh now. As you can see on the screen, the evaluation bar is also tilted in favor of. I'm trying to get Nihal's game, guys, so please hold on. So now knight e5 has been played by Kobalia, putting tremendous pressure on black's pieces. So Gukesh is having some problems here, guys. Yes, guys, unfortunately, I think Nihal is also not doing great today. His opponent is having +2 advantage in the game. Nihal is playing with black pieces. I'll try to bring his game up. Just a minute, guys. I'm trying to get the Nihal's game up. This is guys Nilal's game. I'll just try to maximize the screen so that you can see the game and evaluation correctly. This is in favor of uh, white right now. Nihal is not doing great. So, okay, so we are not having very good results today, guys. It seems so. Anyways, we'll try to wait for some time and check if the things turn around. This is Nihal's game. Let's go back to Gukesh's game now. So in Gukesh's game, you can see knight e5 has been played, and knight e5 is trying to attack the rook on f7. And this seems to be a very bad problem for Gukesh now. We wish he comes out of this problem. So rook f8 is suggested for black now. Gukesh should play rook f8 here to get out of the attack from the bishop. Let's quickly check Ronak's game, Ronak's and Arjun's game. Still Arjun's opponent Evgeny is doing a lot better in the game. He has developed his rook to c2 now, trying to attack the d pawn now. I'll just come back to Arjun's game. Hold on, guys. Yes. So just now rook c2 has been played. The idea is to put the rook here on d2 and try to attack the pawn on d5 there. If you look at Ronak's game, Ronak should win this one easily. He was having a good position there. So Ronak, okay, hg2 was played. After hg2, queen g2 was played. Queen h5 was played in the game. Rook d1, bishop f6, rook d8, bishop d8, bishop c5, h3, queen e2, knight e7, and knight c4. So this gives a complete winning position for Ronak Sadhwani here. Ronak is really winning against Irene. Irene is an international master right now. So Ronak will stay on top. He is currently placed fourth in the tournament after round number three. So after round number four, if he wins this round, yes, he's going to win this round. So after round number four, he will maybe climb up to first or second place, and Arjun might come down to lower place today because of his bad position. If he's able to recover today, guys, I'll be more than happy. If he wins, that it will be a great result. But it doesn't seem to be happening very soon now because of his weak pawn on d5. He should be able to defend that pawn on d5. If you come back to Nihal's game, Nihal is playing with black pieces here and in tremendous pressure right now. White has a pawn majority on the queen side, a2, b3, and c4. And black does not have any majority. So, in fact, black is pawn down in this position. White's pieces are not yet developed. The bishop on g, f1, and rook on h1, and that is what Nihal is counting here, if we can take advantage of that. But in long run, when the queens are off the board, generally players get a lot of time to develop their remaining pieces and come back in the game. Let's jump back to Turkish Super League and try to check what's happening in the Gukesh game here. So he has played rook to f8. That is very good. That is the engine move that was recommended. And yes, Gukesh has found rook f8. Let's just come back to the questions, if any. All the new viewers, welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing well. Yes. Rahul is saying, okay, nice to see you covering Indian youngsters games. Yes, Rahul. These these guys are amazing, guys. These youngsters are amazing. They are gift to the Indian chess, and we can learn a lot of things from them. The way they are fighting it out. Even in yesterday's game, when Pragananda has beaten Levan Aronian, you could see his moves. His every move was perfect, except a couple of blunders from Levan Aronian. Pragananda was able to surprise him in many parts of the game. So these youngsters have been phenomenal. Abhinav is here. Abhinav says the engine is weak. Yeah, so engine could be weak, guys, but yes, definitely. We have to believe that yes, black can win from this position and black will win from this position. The Beast is here. Beast is in Arena Banado. So Beast, we won't be having the tournament today. Kelo Chess India is a team on leeches. you can join our team, guys. If you are new to the channel, we have daily team battles and we have daily tournaments for you. Also, we have many videos coming up on various topics on depending upon what you request. So the beast, I'm really sorry we won't be able to have a tournament today because we have this live stream going on. I will try to make an arena and I can share the tournament link for all of you guys, but I won't be able to cover that in live stream today. Yes. So Praveen is here. Praveen asked Gukesh position, is it good or bad? So Praveen, right now, Gukesh is not having a great position. Gukesh opponent is Kobalia Mikhail. He's a grandmaster from Russia. He's playing with white pieces. Gukesh is playing with black pieces, as you can see on the screen right now. And Gukesh is not having a great position. It is showing plus 1.5 in favor of white. If you look at Gukesh pieces, they are a little bit stuck there. The rook on f8, the knight on f6, and queen on c3. Look at the white's queen on c3, guys. This queen on c3 is the main trouble for the black Gukesh here. Okay, I'll show the arrows also what I'm trying to say. I'll just come back to the board. Yeah, so I'm talking about this queen, which is just trying to pin the knight on the king there. This queen is being trouble for the Gukesh there. Gukesh was playing very well, but last few moves, White was able to capitalize very well. So like the latest move by Gukesh is queen to d1 check, forcing the king to escape on h2 there. Let's see what happens next. This is a very interesting game going on. Both both players are having considerable amount of time on their clock. Kobalia has 11 minutes and Gukesh has 22 minutes. So if Kobalia wants to find something here, he has to spend more time and it has to work. If it fails, then Gukesh might get advantage in the game. This is where, guys, the grandmasters can make some inaccuracies due to time pressure. Not only grandmaster, anyone. Players, lower rated players, they do blunders in time pressure. So we may expect some kind of inaccuracy here from Kobalia, that is Gukesh opponent, so that Gukesh gets some kind of play in the game. I'll quickly switch back to Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Arjun's game is still going on, and we do not see any progress after White has played Evgeny. Arjun's opponent Evgeny from Russia, rated 2702. He has not played any more as of now. I'll quickly check. Yes, that's the last move updated in the system. And White is having the advantage of 0.77 there. Not much. Still it's a equal position. But still, when you are playing as a human, guys, engines will say this is equal, but for humans, having a weak pawn on d5 is always a stressful thing to play with. Let me know, guys, if you like to play with an isolated queen pawn, if you are happy to play with isolated queen pawn, or do you try to avoid the isolated queen pawn? There are two types of players, guys. When I started chess, I used to play with isolated pawns because that would give me two open files to attack my opponent there by keeping the pawn on d5 there. And I used to be happy about that position. Slowly, as I moved up, I felt that okay, now it's not working for me. And after some time, my pawn used to fall for some reason, and then I used to go into a bad end game. So, what is your playing style, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Do you like to play with the IQP, or do you like to play with pawns, all pawns safe in the pawn chain? So, I'll be waiting for your comments. Meanwhile, let's come back to the next game. The next game is between Ronak. Ronak should be winning this game. Let's check what's happening in the Ronak's game. So Ronak has just played his bishop to e2 here. This is Nihal's game, guys. Let me come back to Ronak's game. Okay. So in the Ronak's game, we can see the evaluation is in favor of white. Ronak has put his knight on d6 now, a beautiful knight on d6 trying to attack the king, and it's absolutely winning now. It's plus 5 in favor of white. When I say plus, it's always for white, guys. So those who are new to chess and those who don't understand the meaning of plus and minus, when we say plus, it means that it is better for white. When we say minus, it is better for black. So that is the evaluation. When we say any numbers plus 5.0, it is better for white, and when we say minus 5.0, it is better for black. So always look out for that signs on left hand side of the number. If it is plus, it's good for white. If it is minus, it is good for black. Let's jump to Nihal's game now. So Nihal's game, it's back to equal, guys. So Nihal has fought back, guys. Nihal has fought back. That is great to see. Nihal has fought back, guys. You can see that position is now fairly equal. If we move few moves back there, if we move few moves back here, the position was plus 2.08 in favor of black, in favor of white here. Nihal was having a good position. Nihal was having a bad. Nihal is playing with black pieces. Just not to get confused, Nihal is playing with black pieces here, and the position was good for white, plus 2. And then after the rooks were exchanged, rook takes d8, rook takes d8. Suddenly the position is now equal, and Nihal is back in the game, guys. Nihal is back in the game. We hope Nihal wins this game. White has just played bishop to e2. His grandmaster is Aram Hakobayan. He's from Armenia. Yeah. And now rook to d4. Let's see what how the games go ahead. We'll come back to Turkish Super League now to check the game between Gukesh and Kobalia. Let's see last few moves what happened there. Okay, we saw queen d1 check, queen check on d1. The king moved to h2, and then pawn to g5 there. After pawn moves to g5, this is still in favor of white. Evaluation stands plus 1.19 with rook e7 move being the best for white here. So Kukesh is not having a good position right now. I will jump to the comments now, guys. If you have any questions, queries, let's check those. Yuvan Singh Chauhan is here. You're covering well. Thank you, Yuvan Singh Chauhan, very much for the appreciation. It really helps us. If you're new to the channel, guys, please subscribe, and also you can share with your friends. That will help us a lot. Also, you can press the bell icon to get all the updates from us. We're trying to cover as much as possible, as many games as possible at one go. Gukesh has played pawn to g5, guys. Gukesh has played pawn to g5. JT bad is a JT bad. This game is a draw. Yes, JT bad. The game, if the game is drawn, it would be a good result for Gukesh here because the position is not looking great, especially as he's pushing his pawn. The king is become weaker. He has become is becoming weaker every move by move. So yes, a draw will be good for us. Tomorrow also we'll be trying to cover all the games, guys. But tomorrow I may not be able to do the commentary as I'll be busy with some other classes and other work. But definitely there will be the broadcast for all of you, and we will be covering tomorrow's games also. The most important game will be the between Pragananda and Carlson now, guys, which is the most exciting game ever. It's coming very soon, and that is going to be the best game ever right now. The way Pragananda is playing, he has beaten Andrei Sipenko, Anish Giri, not Andrei Sipenko, he has beaten Anish Giri, he has beaten Levin Aronian yesterday. Now next target is Magnus. If he beats Magnus, he will win the FX Crypto Cup, definitely. What is your idea, guys? Will Pragananda beat Magnus in the FX Crypto Cup? You can answer the poll here. Let's see the poll. Will Prag beat Magnus in FX Crypto Cup? Gangambika says yes, it is little tough. Yes, Gangambika, but definitely we expect that the way Pragananda is playing now, we have no words for him. He's amazing right now. 21st August, 9:30 p.m. The history will be created. 21st August, 9:30 p.m. Sunday. The great match between Pragananda and Magnus is going to take place, and whole world will be watching that game, guys. I'll try to cover that if possible. It is going to be a great game between Pragananda and Magnus Carlsen. Right now, just come back. We'll just come back to Gukesh game and check what's happening there. So knight e5 was played. I'll just go back few moves in the game. Okay, so we saw this queen d1 check being played in the Gukesh game. King moved to h2 and then black, that is Gukesh, played his pawn to g5. Here, knight was brought back to e5. So black has sacrificed his pawn on c6 now to get some equality. But unfortunately, you can see the evaluation is still in favor of white. Pawn h5, so Gukesh is trying to create some kind of storm, pawn storm on the king side there. So here, his opponent Kobalia, Grandmaster Kobalia, has brought the knight back to d3. And now let's wait for the black's game, black's next move. Okay, I'll come back to the comments. BBM Gyan Kendra Dimra says clock nahi chal rahi hai. Clock, yes, when the clock is very less, the moves and clock they get stuck sometimes when the time is left very less. So अगर आप कह रहे हो कि गुकेश का क्लॉक नहीं चल रहा है तो यस वो चल रहा है अपडेट होगा लेकिन it will take some time to update. So Gangambika says try to cover Duda match also. Duda is playing in the FX Crypto match, FX Crypto Cup. Yes, Duda versus Pragananda. Again, it is going to be amazing match. We'll be happy to cover that as well. I'll try to cover that. Also, guys, feel free to give us some suggestions if you have any, that where we can improve and what else we can do to make the stream better. I'll be happy to have your comments and questions for the improvement. So right now, H4 is recommended for black and this is in favor of white right now. So Kobalia is trying to get a very good position now here. He seems to be completely winning. And in such positions, generally, grandmasters they don't miss out. Yesterday, Aronian missed out. I'm just trying to contradict myself. Yesterday, Aronian blundered against Pragananda a couple of times, not just once. He blundered couple of times. He just gave away the advantage there. So definitely today, Kobalia here, he's playing against Gukesh. Gukesh is not having a great position right now. Gukesh is not doing well. But we hope that at least one blunder or one accuracy by Kobalia should be sufficient for Gukesh to come back in the game. Right now, the queen, you can see the black queen is on d1, the black rook is on f8. They are misplaced. They are not at the best places right now. If Gukesh rook was not on f8, but somewhere on e2, it would have been fantastic. Or at least somewhere where it could have made some impact to the position on the king side, this position on g2. So we expect that some miracle will happen for Gukesh. Unless there is some miracle, I think Gukesh cannot win this one. So right now the clocks have started working back again. So those who are wondering clock is stuck, no, it's not stuck. It's working now. 6 minutes is left with Kobalia. So Kobalia is under time pressure, and Gukesh is doing well right, not well right now, but we expect that he finds something here with his extra time on the clock, and then Kobalia may do some kind of blunder or inaccuracy there, giving some hopes for us and for Gukesh right now. But Gukesh is not doing very well. It's the position is in favor of white. We'll quickly jump to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival now, where the masters are playing. Arjun Erigas is playing right now, and Arjun's position was also not that promising. It was equal. We'll check what happened there in Arjun's game now quickly. Okay, so Arjun has played this. We saw the last move being played was rook to c2 there by white. After rook to c2, black has played his rook to e8, rook to e1, queen d7, and then rook to d2, and then rook d8. So what white is trying to do is white is trying to attack on this isolated pawn. while black is trying to attack on these. Black is trying to support the pawn as much as possible. Let's check Ronak's game. I think Ronak's game must have ended by now. We'll check Ronak's game there. They are still playing. It is plus 10 advantage for white. Ronak is absolutely winning here. Look at the black king. It's stuck, exposed, locked by the king. Which knight is doing really well here. And black to play here, guys. Will Irene continue the game or will she resign here? She has 19 minutes on the clock while Ronak has 1 hour on the clock. So this seems to be absolutely winning now for white. Let's see the Nihal's game. Nihal came back into the game. Let's check what's happening there in Nihal's game. Okay, this is Nihal's game, guys, which is going on right now. Nihal came back in the game. He was not having a great position. Nihal is playing with black pieces here, guys. Let me flip the board for you so that we can imagine from the Nihal's point of view how the game can progress. So Nihal is having 20 minutes on the clock while his opponent is having 57 minutes. That's a huge time difference. But the point is that can the white hold for the so if the bishops are exchanged now, even though white has one extra pawn, it won't be an easy way to convert that into advantage because rook endings are not that easy. Rook endings are very tricky. Even in some positions, if opponent has two pawns and a rook and you have a single rook, you can hold your opponent for a draw. There are some tricky positions. Now let's come back and jump to Turkish Super League Gukesh game and hope that there is some miracle happening there to save the game. This is plus 3 now, guys. So slowly but steadily, this game has tilted in favor of Gukesh's opponent. Engineer recommends h4 here, trying to press for the attack on the king side. But after h4, it seems that the position will get stuck because, yeah, g5. So, okay, I think the h4 is recommended because when black goes g4, white cannot go h4 here to block the position. So that is the reason why maybe engine is recommending that black plays h4 first and does not allow white's pawn to come ahead. Let's hope that Gukesh gets some chance here and pray here, guys. Let's pray here that GM Kobalia Mikhail from Russia 257 it makes a blunder here so that Gukesh can come back in the game and win this one. Let's jump to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival and check what's happening there in Arjun's game. So still no improvement there, just the pieces are stuck on e8 and d8. I'll be taking a break here, guys, for 10 minutes now. 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be coming back soon for the commentary. Stay tuned. Also, I'll be happy to answer your questions and comments if any. Let me know in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, guys, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get all the updates and live streams. I'll jump back to the questions and to the live stream if any. Okay, Saurabh Bagade is here and he says that you can use a unique thumbnail and tell stories. Yes, Saurabh Bagade, that is a good idea. Thanks for recommending. We'll definitely try to do that. I'll come back to the Gukesh game, Turkish Super League. All the new viewers out there, thank you for joining the stream. We are covering today round number 4 from Turkish Super League. We are also covering round number 4 from Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. We are covering three games from Abu Dhabi Chess Festival right now. We are covering Arjun's game, we are covering Ronak Sadhwani's game, and we are covering Nihal's game. In Turkish Super League, we are covering Gukesh game right now. And Gukesh does not have a great position right now. It seems to be in favor of his opponent, Kobalia. Sanket Hira is here. Sanket says h4 is for escaping from queen trap. Let's try to figure it out. Sanket, thanks for the recommendation. H4. Okay, Gukesh plays H4 in the game, guys. That is great to see. Gukesh has played H4 in the game. And yes, Sanket, your point is one correct. The queen can escape back whenever required, and queen will not get trapped. So that's a good suggestion, Sanket, there. A good pointing out that yes, the black queen can escape back and be safe on H4. Now, white has played knight back to D5, E5. This knight has been going back and forth on e5, guys, but so far it has not able to achieve much. It got one pawn there on c6, it came back again to e5, and it came back again to d3 there. So now, okay, Gukesh opponent Kobalia is repeating the moves. He is repeating the moves here, guys. Will he offer a draw? Should Gukesh go for a draw here? A big question, because we don't want Gukesh to lose from here. Definitely the position is in favor of white, but white is trying to repeat the moves. So if white is repeating the moves, is he intending to draw here? What are your views, guys? Or is he just trying to gain some time because of the time pressure? Maharshi Ray is here. Gukesh played h4 long time back. Is there a delay? Yes, there is some delay, Maharshi Ray. Anil Kumar is here. I just subscribed your nice effort from my and thank you very much, Anil Kumar, for subscription. I am really happy about your appreciation. So from the poll so far, will Pragananda beat Magnus Carlsen in FX Crypto Cup? 69% of Indians are confident yes, Pragananda will beat Magnus Carlsen. Yes, guys, that is great. I want to have that confidence and that amazing efforts from Pragananda so far. Definitely we can win against Magnus. And the way he was playing against Levon Aronian yesterday, it was amazing, guys. You should have seen this game. If you have seen his game, you have that idea that how great he was yesterday against Levon Aronian. Intellectual Chirag is here. Hello, Intellectual Chirag. Gukesh, yes, Gukesh is losing today. Gukesh is not in a great position today, guys. Position is in favor of white right now. Maharshi says Queen D4 played by Gukesh. Yes, Maharshi, that's good. You can let us know, Maharshi, where are you following the game? We can try to get the latest game from there as well for all of you. Tanuj Mehta is here. Tanuj Mehta says, what went wrong for Gukesh? So, Tanuj Mehta, in the opening, there was some kind of weird change by Gukesh there, which landed him in a passive position, and his rooks took a lot of time to get developed, especially his A8 rook. It was not easy for his A8 rook to come in the game, Tanuj Mehta. And that is the reason why he struggled a lot, and White got a lot of time to just get all his pieces in the game and try to attack the opponent there. Okay, Mercury says that's great, Mercury, that's a good update. Let's jump to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Let's check what's happening in the Arjun's game here. Arjun is playing with Grandmaster Evgeny from Russia, and we have seen last couple of moves. They are stuck there on that position. Okay, there are some exchanges here. Let's check what happened here. We saw the last move, rook e1 played, and then queen d7. Rook to d2 was played to attack the pawn on d5 there. After this move, Arjun played his rook to d8, trying to support the pawn on d5, and then king to g2 there. After king g2, black has played pawn to h5, trying to attack on the king side, pawn to h3, queen to e6 now, and this is where the position is on the latest side. Slightly, this is in favor of white, we can say, but it's roughly equal. So let's hope Arjun can come back and win this game. Now let's check if Ronak's game is over. Ronak was dominating against Irene. The game is still going on, guys. Okay, no, game is over. Ronak has won against Irene convincingly. Now let's jump to Nihal's game. Nihal is playing with black pieces here. Let's check the evaluation. Evaluation is roughly equal. Nihal was not having a great position. If we just go back few moves on move number 23, if we just go back here, the evaluation was in the favor of white there after few moves. Yeah, here rook d8, it was in the favor of white because here bishop e2 was recommended for white so that the other rook can join in the game after bishop e2. That this rook can join the game here. But here Nihal's opponent Grandmaster Aram from Armenia, he played rook takes d8, giving an equal position back to Nihal Sarin, and Nihal got his rook out now. Bishop to e2, and now rook to d4. Bishop h5 check was played there. Knight g6, knight takes g6, pawn takes g6, and now bishop to f3. Here, black exchanged the bishops. As I said before, yes, Nihal should exchange the bishops because it's not easy to play with extra pawn in a rook and pawn endgame. Now white has to work really hard if he wants to convert his advantage. Right now he does has this a2 pawn as extra pawn. If you look, white has three pawns here, black has two pawns, and on the king side, white has three pawns, black has three pawns. So the white's pawn is isolated here, so this is a small weakness, but it's not easy to convert these three pawns into a winning advantage for against these two if you have a rook end game. So this probably will end in a draw. Still, the result is not out from Nihal's game. Now let's jump back to the Turkish Super League and check what's happening in the Gukesh game here. So Maharshi says the queens were exchanged. We're still waiting for the updates on that. Yes. Yes. Ishan Vaishya says, can you add the face cam? Can you not add face cam? Yeah, face cam is not there. Ishan Vaishya, we don't have a face cam. So yes. Tanuj Mehta asks, is there any chance for Gukesh to draw? We are not sure. Yes, Tanuj. Well, the Grandmaster who is opposite to Gukesh is really amazing and he is not missing out anything so far. He is being wonderful so far and maybe this is one of the bad days for Gukesh. Let's still hope that he gets at least some chance here in the game to draw, but it seems very difficult. Let's update here. What's the latest? If Marsh is saying that game is not being updated, we'll check here what's happening. Yes, yes, Cookish game is updated, guys, and we'll just try to refresh this. I'll try to reset again the screen. This is the problem with chess-based live that the games get stuck a lot of times. Let's see if we are back on the track for the yes. So let's see what happened in the game here. Thank you, Maharshi, for informing us. We just updated the latest game. So if we just go few moves back, we had seen this game. We had seen this position pawn h5, h4 was played by black there. Then knight to e5 was played by white, and queen to d4. Queen exchanged, pawn to queen takes, and knight to f3. Rook to d8 now, and this knight was played to g5. Results shows here 0-1, but just don't believe this because chess-based live they just mess up with the result and time sometimes. So pawn to d3 was played, rook takes b6, and now knight h5. So here it seems that white is really having a clear winning plan with this passer pawn. This is a weak pawn, this is a weak pawn, this is a weak pawn, and this is a weak pawn as well. So this would be, I think, curtains for Gukesh in this game. Let's go back, guys, and let's check what's happening in the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. We have some progress here in Arjun's game. Arjun's rook has moved to d3 now. Not Arjun, his opponent's rook has moved to d3. They are trying to make square for the second rook to join in and attack the pawn on d5 there. So Evgeny has played his pawn to rook to d3 so that this rook may be able to join here. Of course, this rook has to support the pawn here on e5. When is white going to play f4? That is a question because white would like to get rid of this pieces defending the pawn and the pawn being defended by the other pawn there. So that's the question. When will white play f4 there? Yeah, rook d7, trying to put more support here for the weak pawn on d5 by Arjun. Ronak's game has ended, guys. Ronak has won against Irene from Indonesia. We'll check the Nihal's game now. So Nihal's game, we'll try to just check what's happening there. Okay, Nihal is still thinking here. He seems to be in time pressure. Nihal is having 7 minutes on the clock, while his opponent is having 58 minutes, guys. His position is equal, but he has to make sure he does not do any inaccuracy now. He has to play perfectly so as to not lose from here. Let's jump back to Turkish Super League and check what's happening here. Okay, some quick moves there in the end game by Gukesh and Mikhail. Now the clock is refreshed. You can see 5 minutes left at Kobalia and Gukesh is having 7, 8 minutes, around 8 minutes on the clock. Still, the evaluation is in the favor of white. Gukesh is fighting it out. Gukesh is not giving it away. And there is a probability, right? We know that Grandmaster will never fall for this. There is a probability of this, and if the king goes up here, there is a checkmate on h1 there. So I know this is a Grandmaster. He will not fall for such simple traps. But Gukesh is not giving it up, guys. Now, what if the... Okay, let's go back to the game. What's happening in the game? So this is the game which is going on right now. Knight was taken on d3 and c takes d3, rook takes d3, rook b6, knight h5. This is the position and this is where I'm expecting some fireworks with this kind of something over here. If Gukesh can find some miracle over here and opponent blunders, that's the only way we can look at this. But of course, this is a grandmaster. He knows how to defend this position easily. But let's keep hoping that we get something out of nothing there. I'm coming back to the chat there. Ellie Brown is here. Ellie Brown says, "What do you like most about chess?" So chess is the thing that we like. Everyone likes here, right? So everyone here who is watching, he or she likes chess, right? That's the best part, guys. Chess is the best part of your life. Chess has been a supporter for a lot of us in our life, guys. When we are in stress, when we are stressed out, when we have no one to talk to, chess is what saves us. It gives us that hope in life that yes, no matter how many times you lose, you can always come back and win the game. Same thing you can win in your life as well, even though you have a bad patch or bad time in your life. So that's the answer, Eli Brown. Prasant Kumar is here. Prasant is saying Gukesh is white or black. Gukesh is playing with black pieces here, Prasant. Tanuj Mehta is asking what's your rating. So Tanuj, my rating is 2048 classical. Maharshi says crazy things have happened in 5 minutes. I won't give the spoilers. Thank you, Maharshi. Yes. Yash Naik is here. Yash Naik asks, what's your background, sir? So Yash Naik, I'm a chess coach, FIDE instructor. I have the FIDE title of FIDE instructor, authorized, a licensed coach from FIDE. And I am a classical rated 2048. I'm a YouTuber as well. I have created a lot of content for YouTube. And I'm also a full-time coach now. So you can reach out to me if you have any questions, queries about learning chess, and if you want to know anything about chess, let me know, guys. I'll be happy to answer you. Okay, let's come back now. And Gukesh, Anju is asking, is Gukesh losing? Yes, Anju. Gukesh is not having a great position right now. Gukesh is having bad position right now, guys, and we hope that he gets something out of nothing there. Let's check if the Gukesh game is updated. Okay, the Gukesh game is not yet updated, guys. There have been few moves made there by Gukesh. I will try to update the game. Okay, so the game has changed. Hold on, guys. Let me try to get in the Gukesh game here. Let's just try to refresh this. Just a minute, hold on, guys. I'll try to get Gukesh game. Meanwhile, you can try to check the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Arjun's game is going on. Yes, I'll jump to the Nihal's game now. Nihal is playing with black pieces here. Nihal is playing in the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival and he's playing against Grandmaster Aram. Nihal is currently having an equal position. It was difficult position for him couple of moves back, few moves back, maybe 8 to 10 moves back. It was White who were having a very good advantage, but White just gave away some advantage there by exchanging the rooks. And now it's Nihal's responsibility to hold this game for a draw because White has an extra pawn. It's not going to be easy for uh, GM Aram to win the game from here because even though he has an extra pawn, it is a rook end game and rook end games, even though you have extra pawns, it's not easy to play and win from there. So let's hope Nihal ends this in a draw. And in the best case for Nihal, if opponent blunders, yes, he can win as well. So anything can happen in the game, guys. Let's wait for some time. As anything happened in yesterday's game between Aronian and Pragananda, Aronian did blunders and Pragananda was able to win from that position. Let's hope something happens here as well and Nihal Sarin is able to win this game. Let's jump back to Gukesh game now, guys. Turkish Super League. This position is still in favor of white. So let's just check what happening there. What's happening there? Okay, I'll come back to the comment section, guys. Just hold on for a minute to check if there are any questions or comments. Yes, so Rook C2 has been played here by Gukesh. Gukesh is trying to create some mating pattern with the knight and the rook there. We know that if the knight and rook are placed perfectly, if there is any pattern, we may get a draw or perpetual checks there. That is what Gukesh is trying here. Although white has all of these passed pawns, Gukesh rook is doing great on this c2 square, and this knight will jump to g3 at the right moment to do some kind of s- perpetual. I'm just figuring out how can this king escape. So if just check, there is king to g1, and after king g1, if black delivers a check, the king would escape here, right? And then is there a checkmate here somewhere? Okay, if knight check now, the king would cannot go in on g1. It's a checkmate, so king has to go on e1. That is compulsory. And if the king goes on, I'll just remove this all the arrows. Hold on, guys. So now knight g3 check, king moves to e1, right? And if rook check, the king would move to d1, and white king has escaped the mating net. White king is absolutely safe. So that's the point where Mikhail has been exceptional. He has not given any chance to Gukesh in his game to come back once Gukesh did slight he's slightly messed up in the opening, but definitely his opponent did not give any chance to Gukesh, and right now it's still in favor of white. Okay, guys, let's jump to Arjun's game now. I'll come back to the comments first of all. What comments we have right now? Uh, People are asking if Gukesh is winning or losing. Gukesh is having a bad position right now, guys, and Gukesh may lose this game, guys. Kush is asking who is winning. Gukesh might lose this game. Gukesh might lose this game, Kush, because his opponent is really playing well today and has not given any chance to Gukesh to win from there. Okay, let me check some other questions here. मानव is here, मानव कारी सिंह हिंदी प्लीज. यस मानव कारी, आप हिंदी में कोई भी सवाल पूछे, डेफिनेटली मैं हिंदी में उसका जवाब जवाब दूंगा. मानव कारी, अभी फिलहाल गुकेश की पोजीशन उतनी अच्छी नहीं है. गुकेश की जो ओपोनेंट है, रशिया के ग्रैंड मास्टर कोबालिया मिकेल, उनकी पोजीशन बढ़िया है और वो गुकेश ब्लैक पीसेस से खेल रहे हैं यहाँ पे. एंड वाइट इज डूइंग वेरी वेल हियर. So guys, if you have any questions in Hindi, do ask in Hindi. I'll be answering in Hindi if you wish to listen in Hindi, guys. Ignatius is here. Ignatius says Gukesh is now 2 points down and in grave danger. Yes, Ignatius, but Gukesh is counting on some kind of checkmate pattern or perpetual here. He's looking for some perpetual checks with the knight and the rook. If he can do some knight and rook perpetual, then he can get some good position there. If he just gets into the draw's position, he's able to save the game. It will be great. Shockwave is here. Shockwave asks, how is Gukesh team doing overall? So Gukesh is playing alone now. Shockwave, it's not an Olympiad, so this is an individual event. So everyone is playing alone, not as a team. So Gukesh, today he is not doing great. His opponent GM Kobalia, Mikhail from Russia 2578 is doing very well today, and it was just messed up in the opening year. Here he played, maybe he is Kobalia, he has a very good preparation against Gukesh. He knows what Gukesh plays and where to catch him to get some advantage. So Kobalia today has prepared very well against Gukesh, and definitely Gukesh is not doing great right now. Gukesh may lose the game, but definitely there is a slight hope that he might come up with some kind of perpetual checks there with his rook and active knight. Let's hope he finds out something over here. Carbon entropy is here. Carbon entropy is asking how many points does Gukesh lose if he loses today? I will have to calculate that. I don't have the exact idea how much points will he lose. We have to check the live rating also. The rating on the screen 2699. This is not a live rating. Okay, Kamambika says, "Why this is tournament group, not individual." Okay, I'll just check on that. Kamambika, I may be on the. I have to make the check the facts there. Thank you for pointing it out. Noop says face cam. So not yet. Noop. I have face cam in the live streams which I do for the live tournaments. So today it's a long stream, guys. So I'm really tired today. I've been streaming from last around 2.5 hours now. So it's tiring. So I'm not using the face cam. I also need a break in between. What are the standings? Karan Thakur asks. So Gukesh is leading after third round, but fourth round, if he loses, he will slip down to some lower position. Karan Thakur, that's the answer for you. Movie Tales, yes. Sorry for getting it wrong, guys. The facts. They are playing as a Turkish league, Turkish Airlines. Okay, thank you for that, Tales. So Movie Tales is here. He is updated that yes, it is a group which is playing here, and Turkish Airlines has Gukesh is playing for Turkish Airlines. Thank you for updates, guys. And it's good, guys, if you get some information here because a lot of time goes into setting up the streams and getting the right boards for you and doing some technical stuff to get it, so I could not check the background. So thanks for correcting my facts. I'll switch on the evaluation bar. I think evaluation bar has switched off. Let me just check that once. No, it is on now, and you can see the white is winning. White is having a good position here. Okay, guys, I will stop commentary in around 10 minutes from now, but the game will be still on the screen. You can still see the screen there for the game, and the result will be there. But from the commentary point of view, I will have to drop in 10 minutes. I'll come back in some time to give an updates, but from commentary point of view, yes, I will have to take a break. Let's check Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. What's happening there? Arjun and Grandmaster Evgeny are playing. So in that game, Arjun is having a isolated queen pawn on d5 here, and white has put his bishop on d4 there. The pawn is on e5. Black is trying to attack this pawn as much as possible, and white is trying to defend now pawn. So slowly, if you just go back few moves, white was attacking the pawn on d5 as much as possible, and black was trying to attack here. But slowly we can see white's pieces are now too much inclined on saving the e pawn and not attacking the d pawn if we go few moves ahead in the game now. So these are the moves. Okay. So this is in slightly, it's an equal position, guys. You can see the evaluation is also showing the equal position evaluation bar. Let's jump to Nihal's game now. Let's check what's happening in Nihal's game. Nihal is playing with black pieces and in tremendous time pressure here. If you look at the opponent's game, opponent is having a huge time on his clock, 51 minutes there, while Nihal is just having 1 minute and 52 seconds. Let me jump back to Turkish Super League now. This is Gukesh game which is going on. I'll verify if this is the latest position and the position is refreshed. Yes, Ignatius, thank you very much for updates. This is a team event, not for individuals. And this is the fact, guys, which I was not having correct. So thank you for correcting it. Tomorrow I'll come up with more information on this about the team events and which teams are playing here. We'll also try to find out which team is at top and who is doing well there. All the new viewers out there, welcome to the live stream. I hope you are doing well, guys. And if you are new to this channel, guys, do subscribe. It will help us to bring more videos to you. And also hit the like button, guys, if you are really liking this coverage. We are covering two events today. We are covering Turkish Super League and we are also covering Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Gukesh is playing with black pieces here. Arpan Bhattacharya. Gukesh is playing with black pieces and the position is in favor of white here. So not a good position for Gukesh today. Gukesh is losing today. Yes, Somil. The game is not yet over, but make it over very soon. So all the viewers out there, thank you for joining the stream, guys. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll just quick take a quick break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So hello guys, I'm back right now and still no improvement for Gukesh position. All the new viewers out there, welcome to the channel. I hope you are doing well and enjoying the live stream today. So today we are covering two tournaments, Turkish Super League and Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. We have our young talents in Abu Dhabi Chess Festival also playing well there. So let's just check what's happening in Gukesh game right now. Gukesh is not doing very well right now. His king has moved to f8. Let's just check if that's the move here. Okay, guys, let me refresh the Gukesh game here. Hold on, please. Well, you can check the rook at 6 has been played there. Yes, rook at 6. The game is updated. Rook at 6. This is in favor of white. And here in this game, Gukesh opponent has been really smart. He has made sure that his king is on f1 and it is not falling for this trap of knight g3 check. The king would escape here. And there's only one check here after rook e2 and the king will move on d1 and black white king is absolutely safe there. What generally happens is if the king is not able to move here, suppose there is a rook on d e8 and rook is controlling the e8 square. In that case, it could have been a checkmate straight away. Just knight check on g3, king moves to g1, then there is a rook check on c1, the king moves to h2, and there is a rook to h1 mate. So right now, I think this knight g3 has been finally played by Arjun here. Knight g3 finally played by Arjun there, guys. The king is going to move here in this direction. I remove the arrows. Hold on. King is going to move on e1 now. And after that, I don't think there is any check for any winning check for black. If black is able to get these pawns, this and then this, there could be some chances for Gukesh still. Let's hope, guys, that his opponent makes some kind of inaccuracy there or some blunder so that Gukesh can come back in the game and we will have a wonderful day once again. Gukesh winning the fourth round. It's very difficult, or you can say we are just trying, we are hoping for a miracle, not less than miracle here for Gukesh to win today. I'll come back to the comments, guys, those who are checking the comments and asking the questions here. Okay. Okay, Side Plus Unleashed is asking, भाई गुकेश कैसे हार सकता है वो तो वर्ल्ड चैंपियन है ना. So Side Plus Gukesh is not world champion right now. वर्ल्ड चैंपियन मैग्नस कार्लसन है. मैग्नस कार्लसन ने वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप उसकी सरेंडर कर दी है. सो अभी नेपो मियाशी और डिंग लिरेन के बीच में मैच होगी कैंड वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप के लिए. और नेपो मियाशी और डिंग लिरेन के बीच में वर्ल्ड चैंपियन नया नया वर्ल्ड चैंपियन होगा. So Rohit is here. Rohit says he is not a world champion. Yes, Rohit, that's correct. Mayank Pal is here. Mayank says Gukesh is a champion. Win and lose is just a part of game. Yes, Mayank, we are really lucky that we have India has got a player like Gukesh today. He is motivating many players, guys, many players today, the young players who want to pursue chess and who want to become great players for chess in India. So he's a great inspiration. Adarsh is here. Adarsh is asking, bro, what's your rating? So Adarsh, this is Amir Saman. I'm a FIDE instructor, a licensed coach from FIDE. My classical rating is 2048. Avanish Kumar is here. Avanish Kumar says, I think he can hold. Kukesh can hold. Yes, Avanish Kumar, that is what we are praying for. If he holds, we will be more than happy, guys. If he holds this position, we will be more than happy if he holds this. Let's jump to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival for a minute and let's check what's happening there in the Arjun's game. Oh, there has been some exchanges there, guys. Arjun is playing there. Yash Naik is saying, can't we view on leeches? No, Yash Naik, this Turkish Super League is not being broadcasted on leeches. So, Loop Noob is asking, will there be candidates for the next world champion? No, candidates is done already. Ian Nepomucci won the candidates, and second was Ding Liren. So, Ding Liren and Nepomucci will play the next world championship match. Magnus Carlsen has given up his interest in competing for world champion now. Why can't Black take on c5? We'll just check the game again. We'll just go back to Turkish Super League and check the question there. Why can't black take on c5? If we go back there, let's go back and check there. What happens if we take on c5? Okay, first of all here the knight was hanging, so black had to play knight g3, king moved to e1, and here the question was why not just take on c5, right? If black takes on c5, then there is knight e6 check, forking the king and the rook there, and we lose the rook then. So hence we cannot take on c5. I hope that answers your question. So in the game, what was played was after king e1, king e7 was played here, and c6 was played. This is now winning for white. We'll just hope that there is some miracle and black is able to win this game or get at least a draw from here. Let's jump to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Let's check what's happening there in Arjun Erigas's game. So Arjun, we saw last position over here somewhere when rook d3 was played. So rook d3, rook d7, queen f3, pawn to b6, bishop to d4, pawn to f6 was played. Now white cannot take the pawn because the rook is hanging back there on e1. So now we play rook to e3, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes, and now queen to f7. Now white has managed to get rid of his weak pawn while black still has a weak pawn, right? White had a weak pawn on e5. So this will be an interesting battle to see if Arjun can convert this pawn into a successful passer and win the game. Or will white be able to capture this weak pawn and get an extra pawn in the endgame? A very nice battle going on. Now let's jump to the Nihal's game, guys. Nihal is playing here and Nihal is having an equal position. He was not having great position around 10 moves back. He was suffering there, but right now I think he'll be able to hold his opponent to a draw. Also, he has to make 7 minutes, guys. 7 moves there. They're on 33. He has to make 7 moves quickly to get some time on the clock. He's in time pressure now, 152 on the clock. So if his opponent tries some tricks, he has to be very careful here. Let's jump back to the Turkish Super League. Game is still equal. Quickly make a check that if the position is updated. Meanwhile, guys, if you can ask, if you wish to ask any questions, do go ahead. Please ask in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Yes, pawn c6, that is a recent position. There are others also playing in the tournament, guys, in the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. I'll check those ranking as well because in Abu Dhabi Chess Festival after round 3, Indians were on at the top. Indians were at top. I'll just show you the ranking there. So if you look at this ranking, guys, I'll just cover the Ronak's board now. Ronak's game is done. So hold on, I'll just bring it up. So this is was the standing there after round number 3. Arjun Erigasi was on top here, and Murli Kartikan was on second place, and Seturaman on third place, and Ronak Sadhwani on fourth place. So we are dominating Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. So if Arjun wins today, he'll be at top. Ronak Sadhwani has won, so he'll climb up to maybe second or third place. We'll check what happened in the Murli Kartikeyan's game and in the Seturaman's game also. Also, guys, there is a quick update coming up. I have to take a drop. I have to take a break now for some time. I'll be coming back for commentary after some time. The game will go on the screen. You can watch the game on the screen, guys, but I'm really sorry. I have to take a break now for some time for some other work. So I'm really sorry. Apologies there, guys. I have to take a break for commentary, but the game will be on the screen. You can watch the game between Gukesh and Grandmaster Kobalia. So again, apologies. Audio will be off for some time. I'll be back for the commentary in about some time, maybe 20 minutes. So stay tuned, guys, for the commentary. I'll be back in 20 minutes, but there will be a break of 20 minutes, and apologies for that. Okay. Okay, Diogenes of Sinope is asking whose move is it? Is in black move or white's move in this position? So I'll just quickly confirm that. Hold on, please. It is black to move here. This is Gukesh move now. Rook takes g2 is suggested. Black can get the free pawn on g2. So guys, I'm taking a leave for the commentary. Thanks for being there, guys. Commentary, I'll be back for the commentary very soon. Guys, I'll be back for the commentary very soon. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining in the stream, guys. I'm taking a break for around 20 minutes, guys. I'll be back in 20 minutes for audio commentary. Till then, you can enjoy the game between Gukesh. I'll be switching the screens between Abu Dhabi Chess Festival and Turkish Super League. You can enjoy the stream, you can enjoy the video, but audio will be off for some time. Apologies for that. Thank you very much, guys. Hello, all the new viewers out there. Welcome to the live stream. Guys, I've taken a small break here from the audio commentary. And meanwhile, just an update on the Turkish Super League. We had round 4, and Gukesh lost today's round 4. So, right now, we are covering the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Here, Arjun Erigaisi's game is going on. Ronak Sadhwani already won the game. And we have the third game we were covering for Nihal Sarin here. Nihal Sarin game is also going on. So it's a draw now. That was an expected result. Nihal Sarin was not having a good position, but he has managed to draw this game. So we will switch back to now Arjun's game and we'll stay on the Arjun Arigas's game. I am taking a break from the commentary guys for some time. It's a long stream, but the game will be displayed on the screen. And if you are new to channel guys, please subscribe. Also make sure guys you hit that like button before you close the live stream. So thanks for being there on the live stream guys. You can watch Arjun's game now. I'll be back with the commentary very soon. So stay on the stream. Thanks for joining the stream, guys.